All right, students. Now let's move on to the last part of the four type of diagrams that we draw. Right? We're looking at something called as composition. Oops, yeah, composition. Right now, composition might be of two types. One might be dynamic, right? That is, it is changing over time. The composition is changing over time. We'll get to that. And the second one is static. Okay. Now, if the composition is dynamic, right, we still distribute it into two particular parts. Right now, in dynamic composition, when it happens, when especially I'm doing some kind of I'm representing a composition on a time wise manner, right? For example, I like to understand the sales contributed by every category over the years, like 2011, 2012, and 2013, and so on, like this. So over the years, I want to understand it's dynamic, right? The composition is changing as per the years. Whereas if I go for something like static, for example, uh, overall in total in all the 3 years, how much was the contribution of each and every subcategory? Now this is not going to change in my in my data, right? Subcategory, right? It's not going to change in my data. It's static. Whereas year by year, the composition might change if I keep it dynamic per year wise, right? So that's where I, draw different diagrams to represent both of them. The first one over here is stacked bar chart. I think stacked bar chart works beautifully when it comes to showing, dynamic composition. And then other one, there's something called as 100% stacked bar chart. This is also beautiful, right? 100% stacked bar chart. Very close, very close. It's just that the two bar charts are, they represent the same kind of data. It's just the way they represent the data is different. When it comes to static, I'm more towards, waterfall chart, and we are more towards how can I forget this, donut, or I should say pie chart, right? So pie chart, donut chart, waterfall chart, these three charts are majorly used for static composition. The composition is not going to change, right, with time. It's going to be where it is, right? Now, enough words, let's see it in Tableau. Okay. Now, here is my Tableau dashboard. I'll just put the pen down and time for us to actually start working. Now, let me start with how I want to show the composition. Let me go for something like this. Let me put up the sales. Let me take the sales and let me put it up over here. Okay, let me put it up over here on columns. So the columns is actually sales. These are all sales. Now I want to take it up as, for example, let's say on yearly basis, right? So I'll take order date and put it up over here. Can you just see? I'm just taking the order date. Just be attentive over here. Just over here. See, there's a dashed line which is coming up, right? If I leave it over there, this will go to rows, right? Now, this is right now as a line graph. We can just go to this marks, use the marks and say that these are my, it better be bar chart, right? So I'll just fit the entire view over here. This is how 2011, 12, 13, and 14 are coming up right now. Now I want to further drill it down over here, and let's say I want to take it up to category. Okay, I'll take it up to category. I'll put category over here. So now it goes for 11, 12, 13, 14, and this is now categories. Now here, what I can do is I can take, let's say I want to understand this on a region basis. I'll take it up and put region on color. And now the same thing get distributed in region wise sales. Now, the good thing about this is, of course, I can format it up. I can align this and, centralize this. Let me do something like this. I'll just quickly go to format. I'll just quickly go to year of order date. Oops, have I not? Yeah, I have. I go to alignment. I go to pane. I say that let's centrally and align it over here. For columns, I'll go over here and I'll go for the center alignment over here. I'm so sorry, I'm not able to find it. That's the problem here. But let me go to column. Header is okay. This is header. I'll have to go for the grand total, or I'll go for the total. Middle center, it's middle center, everything's middle center, but it's not coming up. Let me see sheet, and I'll go for, let's say, middle center over here again. I'll go for middle center over here, and I'll go for middle center over here. After a lot of trial and error, I'm able to find it. Okay, right. So this is there with formatting. You need to remember it, right? So I'll just go for total. I'll go for this worksheet. I can go for bold, and this gets bold, right? So enough of formatting. Cool. Now, what I want to do is that I want to understand what I've drawn over here. So this is composition. This is 2011, 12, 13, and 14, various category-wise sales. Now I can, this is my stacked bar chart. I can actually interchange the rows and columns and can, can take it like this as well. It's up to you. We can just interchange this and keep it horizontal. Now, if I want to understand, let me take it as vertical. If I want to understand that in 2011, what were the total sales? At the same time, I want to understand how much was the contribution of every category sales. And then at the same time, I want to understand how much was the contribution of every region sale over here, right? This is the region that I put in the colors, right? So if I want to understand that, the absolute values are important for me. For example, let me explain to you by removing the category from here. I'll just remove the category. So let's look at a very simple stacked bar chart. Over all these bar charts, that is the sales of each and every region is stacked on top of each other over here. That's stacked bar chart, right? For example, this is the sale of southern region. This is sales of northern region. This is the sales of central region. Similarly, the same three regions for all the rest of the years. Now, not only I want to compare the contribution of each and every region in the sales of every year, I want to compare the sales of every year, the absolute values of sales of every year. Then in that case, I go for stacked bar chart, which is the case over here, as you can see. Right now, if that is not important for me, I just want to understand the distribution over here, then I go for 100% stacked bar chart, in which here in the stacked bar chart, the length of the bars are different. The length of the bars are representing the totalities of that particular year. And then, of course, the color of the bar is representing the share of each and every region in that totality. I hope you understand that, right? Now, if the totality of every year is not important, if it is not important to me, I can go for something else. Let's see what that is.